Hello friends, welcome to Anand's Math Classroom. Today we'll take a look at the problems that involve computation of age of a person or persons. We will actually start with a simple problem and we will increase the complexity as we go along. So please do watch this video fully. I've given a lot of practice problems on my Instagram page which you can refer for your practice. And please do share, subscribe and like my channel. Now let us look at the problem. This is how the problem goes. Tom and Roshan are two people. Tom's age is 3 times Roshan's age. Their combined age is 28. What are Tom's and Roshan's ages? In this problem, one of the first things that we have to do is let us actually start by underlining the key pieces of information that are available in the problem. So we know there are two people, Tom and Roshan, and Tom's age is 3 times Roshan's age and their combined age is 28. Now actually let us go on to solve this problem. So we know that Tom and Roshan are two people, and one of the first pieces of information that we have is Tom's age is 3 times Roshan's age. Okay, so what this literally means is if Roshan is 1 year old, Tom is 3. If Roshan is 2, Tom is 6 years old. If Roshan is 3, Tom is 9. So this is how the sequence goes. So what we can actually assume is if Roshan's age were to be x, Tom's age would be 3x. This is something that we can infer from the problem. So if we assume Roshan's age to be x, Tom's age would be 3x. Now let us look at the second information that we have got on the problem. What is also listed is their combined age is 28. Friends, what do you mean by combined age? It means that when you add up Tom and Roshan's age, it totals up to 28. So what we are going to do is we are going to add Tom and Roshan's age. So Tom plus Roshan's age is equal to 28. Now, from this, what we have assumed is Roshan's age to be x and Tom's age to be 3x. So let's actually substitute the values here or variables. So Tom's age we know is 3x and Roshan's age is x, which is equal to 28. Now let us actually add these variables. 3x plus x is 4x, which is equal to 28. So x is 28 divided by 4. So x is equal to 7. So now we know that we have assumed that Tom's age is 3x and Roshan's age is x, which literally means that since x is equal to 7, Roshan's age would be 7 and Tom's age would be 3 times the value of x, which is 7, which is equal to 21 years. So Tom's age is 21 years and Roshan's age is 7 years. This is how we do this problem, friends. Now actually let us look at the second problem, which is a slight variation of the first problem that we did. Let me read it out. Tom and Roshan are two people. Tom's age is 3 times more than Roshan's age. The combined age is 15. What are their ages? Here again, let us actually follow the golden mantra of underlining the key pieces of information that is available in the problem. Again, Tom and Roshan are two people. Tom's age is 3 times more. Friends, here is where you have to notice the catch. The problem is not given as Tom's age is 3 times Roshan's age. Rather, it is given as Tom's age is 3 times more than Roshan's age. I'll actually tell you how to construct the equation for this. And the combined age is 15. Now let us look at solving this problem. So we know that Tom and Roshan are two people. And again, let us actually start by assuming Roshan's age to be x. Okay. One of the pieces of information that is available in this question is Tom's age is 3 times more than Roshan's age. What it means is Tom's age is Roshan's age plus 3 times more. Listen here again, friends. If we assume Roshan's age to be x, since the problem says that Tom's age is 3 times more than Roshan's age, which means that Tom's age is 3 times added to Roshan's age. Okay, x plus 3x we know is 4x. Now let us look to solve the remainder of the problem, and it is also given that the combined age is 15, which means that Tom plus Roshan is 15. And what is Tom's age in terms of variable? It is 4x. So Tom's age is 4x plus Roshan's age, we have assumed it to be x, which is equal to 15. So Tom's age is 4x from this equation that we have constructed, and Roshan's age is x from the assumed value. 4x plus x is 5x, which is equal to 15. What is the value of x? X will be equal to 15 divided by 5. X will be equal to 3. So since we assume Roshan's age to be x, so x is 3, so Roshan's age is 3 years, and Tom's age, let me write down this equation here. Tom's age is x plus 3x or 4x. Let us see to do the problem both ways. Since x is equal to 3, we put 3 here, plus 3 times 3, or we can do 4 times 3, which is the value of x. So this yields us 3 plus 9 or 12. In both cases we get 12 as the answer. So Tom's age is 12 years. Do check out my Instagram page for more of these problems, friends. Now friends, let us actually look at another problem. Let me read it out. Tom's age is 3 times Harry's age. 5 years later, Tom will be twice the age of Harry. What are their current ages? As the rule goes, let us actually start by underlining the key pieces of information that we have in this problem. So there are two people named Tom and Harry, and Tom's current age is 3 times that of Harry's age, and 5 years later, Tom will be twice the age of Harry. So what are their current ages? Now let us look to see how we can solve this problem. Let us write down the notations. There are two people, Tom and Harry, and Tom's current age is 3 times Harry's age. As we have seen in the earlier problem, let us actually assume Harry's age to be x. If Harry's age is x, Tom's current age is 3 times x, which is 3x. Okay. And now let us move on to the next piece of information that we have available in this problem. 5 years later, Tom will be twice the age of Harry. So friends, what does it mean? After 5 years, Tom also grows older by 5 years, and also Harry grows older by 5 years. Basically, we have to construct the equation increasing the ages of Tom and Harry by 5 years. Now let us see how we can construct the equation when we increase the ages by 5 years. So after 5 years, Tom will be t plus 5 years old, and Harry will be h plus 5. Is it clear, friends? Now, the information that we have available from this problem is after 5 years, 5 years later, Tom will be twice. 5 years later, Tom will be twice the age of Harry. So after 5 years, what happens, friends? T plus 5. This is Tom's age, and this is Harry's age. After 5 years, Tom will be twice. So Tom's age is twice the age of Harry. So this is how we have to construct the equation. Now let us actually substitute the variables that we have got. We know that the value of t is 3x plus 5 will be equal to 2 times Harry's is what we have assumed initially as x plus 5. Now the value of h actually comes in from here. 3x plus 5 will be equal to 2 times x is 2x and 2 times 5 is 10. And when we have got variables on both sides or numbers on both sides, the rule is we take the variables on one side and we put the numbers on other side so that we can solve the equation. Let us retain 3x here, and 2x is on the right hand side. When it moves over to left hand side, this will be minus 2x will be equal to, we retain the number 10 on this side and 5 is on the left hand side. When we move it to the other side, it is minus 5. Now 3x minus 2x is equal to x, and 10 minus 5 will be equal to 5. So we got the value of x as 5, which means that Harry's age is 5 years and Tom's age is 3 times 5, which is equal to 15 years. Now friends, let us actually look at another problem. I'll read out the problem first. Tom is 8 years older than Harry. 2 years earlier, Tom was twice the age of Harry. What are their current ages? Now let us look at the way to do this problem, and as usual, let us first identify and underline the key pieces of information that is available in this problem. So there are two people named Tom and Harry, and Tom is 8 years older than Harry. 2 years earlier, Tom was twice the age of Harry, and what are their current ages? Now let us actually give notations to Tom as T and H as Harry. And the first statement that we read from this problem is Tom is 8 years older than Harry. So which means that if Harry is 2, Tom is 10. If Harry is 4, Tom is 12. So if we denote or assume the value of age of Harry to be x, Tom is going to be x plus 8. Okay. Now 2 years earlier. So the situation 2 years earlier is that Tom is also younger by a couple of years and Harry is also younger by a couple of years. So let us actually denote it like in this manner. T minus 2 is Tom's age 2 years earlier, and Harry's age 2 years earlier is H minus 2. And the statement that we have is 2 years earlier, Tom was twice the age of Harry. So he is 2 times the age of Harry. Now let's actually substitute the variables and see how the equation comes out to be. Tom, we know, is x plus 8 here. Tom is x plus 8. We take minus 2 from here. Is equal to 2 times Harry, we know we have assumed the age to be x, so which is x minus 2. Now this is x plus 6. On the right hand we have 2 times x, which is 2x, and 2 times minus 2 is minus 4. And as the rule says, we take the variables on one side and the numbers on the other side. So x is here, let's retain x here, and 2x, which is on the right hand side, comes over to left hand side and it becomes minus 2x, which is equal to minus 4. Let us retain it here, and 6 is here. When we take it over to the right hand side, it becomes minus 6. X minus 2x is minus x, and minus 6 minus 4 is minus 10. Both sides have negative, so make it positive. So x is equal to plus 10. So what we infer is the age of Harry is 10 years and Tom is x plus 8, which is 10 plus 8, and age of Tom is 18 years. So Tom is 18 years old and Harry is 10 years old. Okay. Friends, now actually let us look at a different type of problem that involves 3 people and we compute their ages. Let me read out the problem. Kim, Jenny and Barbara are 3 people. Barbara is 6 times the age of Kim. Jenny is half as old as Barbara. Their combined age is 50. What are their individual ages? And let us actually start by underlining the key pieces of information that we have available on this problem. There are 3 people, Kim, Jenny and Barbara. Barbara is 6 times the age of Kim. Jenny is half as old as Barbara and their combined age is 50. Now let's denote Kim as K, Jenny as J and Barbara as B. The second sentence states that Barbara is 6 times the age of Kim. So if Kim is 1 year old, Barbara will be 6. If Kim is 2, Barbara will be 12, and that is how the equation goes on. So if we assume Kim's age to be X, we can easily say that Barbara will be 6X. Okay. And the third statement is Jenny is half as old as Barbara. So Jenny is half as old as Barbara, which means that Jenny's age will be half that of Barbara's age. That is half of Barbara. I've written B here, half of B, which is nothing but half of Barbara we know is 6X. Okay, so half of 6X, which is equal to 3X. So we got the ages. Kim as X, and when we assume Kim as X, Barbara as 6X, and Jenny is 3X. The last statement states that their combined age is 50. So Kim plus Jenny plus Barbara is equal to 50. And Kim, we have assumed the age to be X here. And sorry about it. And Jenny's age, which we have derived here as 3X. And Barbara's age is 6X, which is equal to 50. X plus 3X is 4X. 4X plus 6X is 10X. 10X is equal to 50. Now X is equal to 50 by 10. So X is equal to 5. So what we can infer from here? So Kim is X, which is 5 years. Barbara is 6X, which is 6 times 5, which is equal to 30. And Jenny is 3X, which is 3 times 5, which is equal to 15 years. So Barbara is 30 years old, Jenny is 15 years old, and Kim is 5 years old.